In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on November 11th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Toronto Raptors versus Brooklyn Nets. The Raptors remain cautious with Sandro Mamukelashvili's status, keeping him under close observation as his availability for this contest is still uncertain. On the other side, the Nets are dealing with a similar situation involving Day'Ron Sharpe, who continues to nurse a hamstring injury and is officially listed as questionable. Both teams may need to adjust rotations depending on how those players progress before tip-off. Brooklyn's offensive identity is built around high-volume three-point shooting. They rank third in the league in three-point attempt rate, which shows a clear preference for perimeter offense. Yet, that reliance creates problems because they convert only about 33% of those looks, well below the efficiency needed to sustain such a strategy. Against Toronto, that approach could be even less effective. The Raptors' defense consistently closes out hard and contests well on the perimeter, limiting opponents to just 32.9% from beyond the arc, the 5th lowest mark allowed in the NBA. Their perimeter defenders rotate efficiently, forcing ball movement and disrupting rhythm. The Nets' offensive challenges extend beyond their shooting issues. They take the 4th fewest attempts at the rim, showing a tendency to settle for jump shots rather than attacking inside. That limits easy scoring chances and makes them more predictable. Turnovers add to their problems, as they rank 23rd in turnover percentage, often squandering possessions before they can generate quality looks. With limited rim pressure, erratic perimeter accuracy, and frequent turnovers, Brooklyn's offense rarely flows smoothly, and each possession carries a high risk of being wasted. Toronto, meanwhile, has taken clear strides forward. Their offensive system has evolved, moving away from last season's stagnant shot profile. The arrival of Ingram has added both scoring and spacing, allowing the team to attack from multiple angles. A year ago, the Raptors struggled badly from distance, ranking 29th in made threes and 23rd in three-point percentage. This season, they've transformed into a top-tier shooting team, now sitting 5th in three-point percentage at 39.1%. The improvement has been key to their spacing, creating more room for Barnes to operate as an on-ball scorer and making it harder for defenses to collapse inside. In addition, Toronto values each possession, ranking 7th in turnover percentage, which allows them to maintain steady offensive production without gifting opponents transition opportunities. Brooklyn's recent form paints a troubling picture. During their current slump, they have not been competitive, failing to cover the spread and losing by double digits in 4 of their last 5 outings. Their losses have shown recurring issues with execution, defensive breakdowns, and shot selection. In contrast, Toronto has turned things around after a slow start, posting a record of 4-1-0 against the spread in their last 5 games. The Nets, despite being sizable underdogs nearly every night, have shown no signs of offering value to bettors. Their owner's public acknowledgement of a rebuilding year appears to align with the on-court product. Brooklyn sits at 3-7-0 against the spread this season and continues to struggle in big underdog situations, standing at 1-4-0 as double-digit dogs and 1-8-0 in their last 9 games when catching large spreads. These trends suggest persistent underperformance in both effort and results. Toronto had been finding a rhythm before their recent defeat against the 76ers, and that loss does not erase the steady improvement seen in their previous outings. They've been executing more efficiently, sharing the ball, and defending with purpose. The Nets, by contrast, appear directionless and undermanned, caught in a developmental phase that shows more focus on long-term growth than immediate results. Once again, Brooklyn faces long odds and a wide spread, yet given their current trajectory, those extra points still may not justify backing them. As our first pick for this matchup, the Toronto Raptors to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full-game side pick. The tempo for Tuesday's matchup should fall below the league's average pace. Toronto prefers quick offensive decisions, ranking 3rd in shortest offensive possession length. But Brooklyn's defensive style tends to slow opponents down, ranking 19th in average defensive possession length. On offense, the Nets operate deliberately, ranking 25th in offensive possession length, often working deep into the shot clock. Toronto's defense mirrors that patience, holding the third longest average defensive possession length, forcing teams to work hard for every shot. That combination of styles points to a game that unfolds at a measured pace. Brooklyn's offensive limitations only add to the expectation of a lower total. They have scored more than 110 points just twice in their last 8 games, and the absence of their second leading scorer, Thomas, further reduces their scoring ceiling. Without reliable secondary scoring, their offense relies heavily on volume threes and late clock attempts, both of which rarely yield consistent success. The Raptors, though efficient, tend to match opponents' tempo, favoring structured half-court possessions over transition-heavy sequences. Given both teams' stylistic tendencies and recent scoring patterns, the game projects as a slower, defense-oriented contest rather than a shootout. The pace, combined with Brooklyn's ongoing offensive struggles, makes it difficult to expect a high total. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Memphis Grizzlies versus New York Knicks. The Memphis Grizzlies travel to face the New York Knicks on Tuesday night in a much-anticipated NBA matchup at Madison Square Garden, one of basketball's most iconic stages. Both teams enter this contest moving in opposite directions, and the contrast in momentum has become more evident with each passing game. Memphis continues to navigate through a difficult stretch of injuries and instability. Zach Edey, Javon Small, Ty Jerome, and Brandon Clark remain sidelined, leaving the Grizzlies thin in depth and searching for consistent production across their rotation. The team has yet to find a steady rhythm on either end of the floor. The Knicks, meanwhile, have been one of the most consistent sides in the league lately. Mitchell Robinson remains a question mark as he continues to recover from injury, but even with his uncertain status, New York's overall performance has not wavered. The Knicks have built their success around defensive discipline, steady ball movement, and balance between their starters and bench contributors. New York's recent form tells the story clearly. They are 4 wins to 0 losses straight up and against the spread in their last 4 games, reflecting not just execution but also focus and cohesion. Memphis sits at 3 wins to 8 losses against the spread for the season, struggling to meet oddsmakers' expectations while showing signs of frustration on and off the court. The ongoing situation involving Ja Morant continues to hover over the team, creating a lingering distraction that seems to have affected both morale and chemistry. At the moment, the energy surrounding the Grizzlies feels heavy. They have managed to cover the spread in only one of their last 6 games as a double-digit underdog, showing a consistent pattern of falling short against stronger opposition. The Knicks, by contrast, have covered in 5 straight games when favored by double digits, signaling reliability and mental sharpness even in games they are expected to dominate. This meeting could have been billed as a high-level clash had both sides been performing to their potential. Instead, it reflects 2 very different team trajectories. Memphis continues to search for answers, while New York appears to be building momentum behind sharp execution, improved spacing, and timely shot-making. The Knicks' most recent win, a dominant showing against the Brooklyn Nets, showcased their confidence, unselfish play, and ability to maintain composure when leading. The Grizzlies, meanwhile, appear stuck in transition and could soon face decisions that reshape their roster if the current struggles persist. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Knicks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Memphis Grizzlies are averaging 113.8 points per game on 43.8% shooting, while allowing 118.7 points on 48.4% shooting from their opponents. Offensively, the team continues to rely heavily on perimeter play, but their efficiency from deep has been inconsistent, hitting 33.9% of their three-point attempts. They have, however, maintained steady performance at the free throw line, converting 83.4% of their attempts. On the glass, they are pulling down 43.6 rebounds per game. Yet their defensive rotations and help coverage have often left opponents with clean looks, especially from beyond the arc, where they are conceding 35.5% shooting. The New York Knicks, in comparison, have been more efficient and balanced across statistical categories. They are averaging 120.7 points per game while shooting 45.9% from the floor, and they are giving up 112 points on 47.4% shooting. From long range, they continue to thrive, connecting on 38.3% of their attempts, which has become one of their most reliable offensive weapons. Their free throw percentage sits at 84%, 34.4%, underscoring their discipline in capitalizing on opportunities at the line. On defense, the Knicks are allowing opponents to shoot 39.4% from beyond the arc, yet they remain strong in rebounding, securing 47.7 boards per contest and often turning defensive stops into transition chances. This matchup features two teams capable of putting up points but moving at different levels of confidence and structure. Memphis tends to play faster but often loses control of possessions through forced shots and lapses in ball movement. The Knicks, on the other hand, manage tempo with patience and precision, focusing on efficient half-court sets and defensive pressure to wear down opponents. As both sides settle into their game plans, the pace may slow, with each possession carrying more weight and defensive adjustments shaping the flow. The combination of New York's consistent defensive presence and Memphis' streaky offense creates the conditions for a lower-scoring contest that tightens as the night progresses. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Golden State Warriors versus Oklahoma City Thunder. The Golden State Warriors and the Oklahoma City Thunder are set to meet on Tuesday night in NBA action at the Paycom Center, where both teams enter the contest with different narratives shaping their early season storylines. For Golden State, this game comes at a critical point in their campaign. The Warriors have shown flashes of their trademark ball movement and offensive rhythm, yet inconsistency has clouded their results. They are still keeping a close watch on Al Horford, who remains questionable with a toe injury that has limited his availability. His potential absence leaves a gap in their interior presence and overall rotation flexibility. The positive news for the Warriors is the expected return of Stephen Curry, whose leadership and scoring efficiency provide an immediate lift to both morale and performance. In their previous outing, Golden State earned a much-needed victory that helped ease some pressure, giving them momentum to build on heading into this matchup. On the other side, the Thunder continue to exceed expectations and carry strong form into this contest. They enter with confidence following an impressive comeback win against the Memphis Grizzlies, a game in which they erased a 19-point deficit to secure victory. Their young core continues to develop chemistry and resilience, but the team remains short-handed, with Kenrich Williams, Luguentz Dort, and Jalen Williams once again ruled out. Those absences have forced adjustments to their rotation, putting more responsibility on their key contributors to maintain consistency at both ends of the floor. The Thunder will again be favored, especially at home, where they have built a strong reputation. However, the current line feels inflated considering recent performances. Oklahoma City, while talented, has not been as dominant against the spread this season compared with prior years, sitting at 6 wins and 5 losses in that category. The Warriors, despite their uneven road record, have maintained competitiveness in high-intensity matchups and tend to rise for games against marquee opponents. They also have a recent edge over Oklahoma City, having defeated them twice last season as significant underdogs, proving they can deliver in similar situations. Golden State's experience cannot be discounted. This is a veteran group that understands how to manage the pace of a game and respond when challenged. The team has struggled away from home, but that weakness has rarely shown when focus and motivation are high. Oklahoma City's energy and youth make them dangerous, yet the absence of key players could create opportunities for Golden State to control the flow and tempo of the contest. As our first pick for this matchup, the Golden State Warriors to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Statistically, the Golden State Warriors are producing 116 points per game while shooting 46% from the field. Defensively, they are giving up 113.7 points on 47.2% shooting to their opponents. From the perimeter, they convert 37% of their three-point attempts and hit 82.6% of their free throws, a figure that reflects their consistency from the line. On the defensive end, they allow opponents to shoot 35.8% from beyond the arc and collect an average of 42.9 rebounds per game, maintaining a balanced approach between transition play and half-court defense. The Oklahoma City Thunder, in contrast, are averaging 122.4 points per game on 47.1% shooting, displaying an efficient and fast-paced offensive identity. They are limiting opponents to 108.9 points on 41.9% shooting, showing improvement in defensive discipline. From long range, they shoot 33.2%, and at the free throw line, they have been excellent, converting 86.2% of their attempts. On the boards, they are pulling in 48.1 rebounds per game, using their athleticism to create second-chance scoring chances and limit opposing possessions. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.